guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm here with a very exciting video. This is gonna be my Pan Those Eyeshadows update number 2. So this video was originally inspired by my friend here on YouTube, Alexandra, so I will leave her channel down below, as well as some other people that I know are doing this project. So please go check them out if you find this video interesting, because I have been loving watching them and it's one of my favorite videos to watch right now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one too. This video is very exciting. I have quite a few different things to show you, so I'm just going to jump straight into them and show you the shades. The first palette that I do have is the NYX In Your Element Air palette. In this palette I have this light kind of shade that I am panning, and I will insert the picture where I was last time up in the corner. And without any further ado, this is where I am today. So you can see that I did hit pan, and it's quite a sizable pan, which I'm really excited about. I was expecting for this to happen though, because I had a massive dip in the shade last month, and yeah, I've been wearing this down really evenly, so I do have quite a bit of pan, and around it right now there is really like thin amount of product, so I'm really excited about that one. And that means that I will be rolling in another shade for this at the end of this video. So this shade I've been loving to use mainly to set my eyeshadows. That's the main way I've been using it. Also, I really like using this to kind of blend out my crease color if it got too intense. Like today I'm wearing another shade from this project in my crease, which is the Realgar shade from that Modern Renaissance palette. And this is quite an intense dark color, and for work sometimes this got too intense, or yeah, I just blended it up and it went way too far. And then this color, since it has a little bit of color payoff, actually it was really good to just blend those edges out and make it a bit softer, which I also been loving this shade for. But like I mentioned, it was mainly to just set my eyeshadow primer or concealer or whatever I used to prime my eyes with. So I'm really excited to have a pan in this project, and this palette will be rolled out from this project for now. Let's move on to another palette which I spoke about, and this one is the Modern Renaissance palette. I actually have two shades from this palette originally, but the first one I had was Antique Bronze, which I hit pan on in my last update, which is amazing. And I'm going to insert a picture of where I was with Realgar last month. And you guys, I do have pan! I have pan in this shade as well. This, you guys, is so unexpected. I did not expect to hit pan on this. I actually hit pan on this today. I was doing my makeup to film and I used to hit pan, and I was not expecting that at all, and I freaked out. I literally went, what the hell? I didn't know what was happening. I was so surprised because I didn't expect this pan on this until maybe middle of next month, because it didn't look as deep as Antique Bronze, but now once I have hit pan, I can actually see that it is quite deep. So I'm really happy to have pan on that as well, and that is my second pan in this palette, although both of them are quite small. But at least now I can roll this palette out with two new pans, which is amazing. So I've been using this shade ton. The like matte shades in this is quite hard to hit pan on from. They're not hard, but matte shades in general are harder. This one is on the easier side though, because they are really soft, but I'm really gentle with this palette, and I don't want to have a lot of kickbacks, so I use a really soft brush with them, and I think that'll be working quite well, although it does take longer to hit pan obviously, because you're not wasting any kind of eyeshadow from the kickback. But either way, I've been using this tons, and I've been using it all different ways, like a lot like I am today. So what I did today is I put it all over my lid and blend it out in my crease, and then on top of that I put another shade which is in this project, which is the shade Half Baked from Decay, which I will get to in a second. But I've been loving using that, or actually just as it is without putting the golden shade on top as like a smoky eye. I've been loving doing that as well. But how I mainly use this is just in my outer corner and slightly into my crease. That's how I've been using this every single day for work, or not every single day, but when I've been wearing it for work, that's how I've been wearing it, because it is quite an intense shade, as I mentioned, and as you can see on my eyes today. Yeah, I love it. It's beautiful, but it's not the look that I can wear every single day to work. I have rocked it this way to work as well at some points, but yeah, not every single day. So either way, I'm really excited to have pan on this, and it's gonna be weird not using this because it's such kind of specific eye look, because it's very warm. It's still, I would say, quite neutral. I mean, you can see it on my eyes. It's definitely colorful, but it's not a color. So it's been really good. I can still pull it off at work, which has been amazing. But it's gonna be weird not having this, because it's a I've been wearing warm eyeshadows for so long now, trying to pan on this shade. So we'll see what I roll in place of this. Maybe I do go with another orange or another warm tone, I don't know. But either way, that is it for this color for now. And again, there's another palette that I will be putting away for now, unless I pull it again, which would be quite random since I already had this palette in twice. So 2 shades down, 3 to go, and I told you 2 pans already, which is amazing news. But let's move on to the shades that I have in my C palette. I do have 2 shades in here, one of them which I will start with, and this is from one of the Wet n Wild quads or kind of palettes, which is Color in the Street, I believe it's called, and this is the blue shade, and I will put up the picture where I was last time. And you guys, this is where I am today. I have another pan. This is amazing. I actually pan on this quite a while ago, but I haven't been using it since, which is why the pan is the smallest little baby pan you'll see. But as I mentioned in last update, I really don't like this shade. I've been trying to work with this for quite a while, and it is quite nice once you initially put it on, but as soon as you try to blend it, it just blends away really patchily. It goes more green than blue. It just looks off. And yeah, it's not a nice shade at all. And I've been wearing this a little bit underneath my lash line, which is why I managed to pan, I think, because as you can see, the dip is very focused. But yeah, I'm happy to have fit pan on this, but like I mentioned in my last update, and as I'm saying now, I don't like this shade, and I decided that I will declutter this once I pan. So this shade will now be leaving my collection, which I'm really excited about, and I think that's good with this project as well, because I'm going to realize which shades I like and which I don't like, and this is one of them that I used to don't like. So this one will be leaving my collection, but I'm really glad that I got around to hitting pan on this before I decided to declutter it. Next up we have another single, which is the shade Alchemy from Nabla, and I'm going to insert the picture of where I was last time, as well as you can see the shade of this color. It's a beautiful shade, and this, guys, is where I am today. Can you see that? It's another pan. I actually pan on another shade, which is so cool, and it's quite a sizable pan as well, and the dip is humongous, as you can probably see. I think you can definitely see that there. When I put in this shade, it was brand new. I only swatched it, I think. I never used it on my eyes, so managing to hit so much pan, and you can see how much I've used it. I love this shade. It's beautiful. I haven't been using it too much after I hit pan. I used it a few times to just expand it, but I've been focusing more on other shades in this project to try to pan. One thing that I kind of figured, or like that I realized once I rolled in the shade that I will show you next, which is Half Baked from Urban Decay, I love layering this with a gold, or kind of doing a halo eye with a gold, or just doing them like a gradient. This and a gold is stunning, and I wish I would have figured that out earlier, but I love it, and I was so happy to use it that way, especially layering the two. It created this really interesting kind of look, and I didn't take any pictures, unfortunately. I just keep forgetting to do that once I create looks. I can try to remember it if you guys want kind of eyeshadow looks, but yeah, I just, because I get ready in the morning and then I head to work and I just forget. But I will try to for you guys if you want me to. But I love wearing those two together. And yeah, otherwise I've been wearing this all over the lid. Mainly I haven't been using this in the crease, obviously, because it is a very glittery, shimmery shade. But yeah, those two layered together, I was able to use both shades and create this amazing eye look. So I'm really happy to have another pan in this project, and I'm so excited to roll in new eyeshadows for all of these shades. And then lastly we have the shade that I rolled in last time, which is from the Urban Decay Naked palette, and as I mentioned before, it is the shade Half Baked. And I'm going to insert the picture where I was last time, and this is the shade right there, and this is where I am today. So I don't have pan on this one, which is not surprising since I rolled it in last time, but I am creating a little bit. I'm focusing my brush up here, which you may be able to tell, and it's creating a little dip. It's not too deep yet, but you can definitely see some wear on this shade, and I'm really excited about it. I am wearing this shade on top of Realgar today. That's what I'm wearing on my eyes. Those are the two shades that I'm wearing, and yeah, they're beautiful. I also wore the NYX shade to set my eyeshadow base again though, but those are the shades that I'm wearing, and it's beautiful. I'm gonna be really excited to continue wearing this because it's a beautiful shade to wear now in the spring. And also I feel like it's like the perfect kind of go to wear for every day, because it's not too intense but it's still very, very shimmery. And yeah, it's a beautiful shade and I'm so excited to keep playing with this one. I don't know if I will be able to hit pan on this for next update. I'm gonna try to, but it's a beautiful shade and I'm gonna continue enjoying this for as long as it's in the project. Okay, you guys, so let's move on to the exciting part, at least for me, and that it will be to roll in new shades. And since I've hit pan on 4 out of my 5 eyeshadows, this is going to be quite a different kind of color palette that I've been working with for the last couple of months. So I'm really excited to have some new shades to play with. So yeah, let's just continue to see which palettes I will be playing with for next round. So I have my bullet journal right here with all the palettes listed, and I did pick up quite a few Colourpop palettes about a month ago. I haven't uploaded the haul for that yet, but it's coming soon, and once it's up I will leave that up in the cards. But I already put all of those palettes into the list, so if I do get one of those, there will be like brand new eyeshadows, which is quite exciting but also a bit scary, so we'll see. But let's just go to pretty random and put in the palettes. So I currently have 32 palettes, so I'm just going to go and randomize, and the first palette will be 14. 14 is my Urban Decay Naked 3 palette, and here we have the palette. This palette contains 12 eyeshadows, so I'm just going to go ahead and randomize one of these 12. So let's press randomize, and we get number 1. That's quite fitting, because number 1 is this color right here, which is called Strange, and it's another kind of light color which I can use to set my eyeshadow base, so that is perfect since I used up the last one I had in. And there you have Strange swatched on my hand. So again, let's go 1 to 32 and decide on another palette, and that will be number 19. Okay guys, I'm kidding, we are not done with this palette because I've pulled it again. Number 19 is my NYX In Your Element Air palette. So let's continue working on this one. Like I said, I had this shade. What I did last time is just put through 1 to 12, which is the amount of shadows. So if I get number 2 again, then I will pull another one. So let's just put it through 1 to 12 and press randomize. And we got number 12. So number 12 in this palette is this in the far right corner, which is a beautiful kind of corally shimmery shade. And I think that will go quite well with the gold that I have in the palette, so I'm excited. So there we have the shade from the NYX Element Air palette. It's a really nice spring color and I'm really excited to work with this. I think this is very appropriate for this time of year. So let's see what my third palette and third shade will be. 1 to 32 again, and it will be number 2. Which is another one of my C palettes, and this one is actually the white C palette that I have, or like the iridescent one. I will go and get that and choose a shade. Okay, so this is the C palette that I'm talking about, and I counted these up, and I do have 27 of these. I will start from number 1 up here, so I will actually have it the way it's supposed to be. So this would be number 1 through to 27. And the shade that we'll work with would be number 12. Oh, this is actually a very fitting shade. This is the shade right here, which I will pull out and see which one that is. The shade is Mango Tango from Makeup Geek, and it's a really, really nice, like kind of matte corally shade, which will go, I think, really, really well with the shade I just pulled. So that is Mango Tango swatched on my hand, and this is actually really funny that these two will probably go perfectly together. And then let's choose my last shade. So let's put it through 1 to 32 again, and the last palette that I will be working on for the next couple of months will be number 17, which is my I Heart Revolution Rose Gold palette. So this is the Rose Gold palette right here, and this is what the palette looks like. I haven't been using this too much. I used it a little bit because I was using a different one before, but then I switched them out. So in here you have 8 shades, and I will go ahead and randomize which shade I will be working on. So 1 to 8, and we get number 4. Okay, it's interesting. Number 4 is this kind of mustardy shade in the corner. And there we have the final shade. And just again to show a close-up, that is the shade. I don't know if I showed that properly, but this is the shade from the palette that I'll be working on. And to just summarize what my color palette will look like, this is it. I swatched half baked up here. So this is I'm really happy with this one. I feel like this is the perfect kind of spring palette, and these are more softer shades, and I think that's going to be a nice change, especially working with quite a few intense shades like the blue and also Realgar from Modern Renaissance. I have loved, especially Realgar, I loved using that, but it's going to be nice to have a bit of difference in the shades. Although this is still quite a warm shoulder palette, I'm so excited to get some new shades in here, and I'm really excited to play around with them, and yeah, let's see how long it takes me to hit pan on all of these. So that, you guys, was all for this update. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new here or if you're coming from anyone else's channel, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you in the family. I do quite a lot of product pan videos, and you can stay tuned for quite a few ones coming soon, because I do kind of have a lot of them scheduled for the next week or two. So yeah, I hope you're having the best of days, and I will talk to you in my next video. Bye guys.